Hello, Murfreesboro parents and students. Miss Klish and I have been working this morning, and we ran across another thing that you can do at home to help with reading and with math, the recipe book. This is one of my favorite recipe books. It has lots of chocolate recipes, but one of my favorites, Miss Klish, is the fluted chocolate maraschino cake. And one of the things that you can make certain you do is practice high frequency words, but also those of you that were looking at blends in your classroom, there are lots of blends in this particular recipe, such as the FL and fluted. So try to find the blends that you see in recipes, find those high frequency words that you can practice reading quickly. But the most important thing is make certain that you understand the recipe when you read it. Miss Klish, are there some things that you can do?
Well, you know, as you're saying that, I'm thinking about fractions, right? When you're thinking about a recipe. So I think parents, it's really important that your student is in, or your child, my student, your child, is in the kitchen with you, because here I see 2/3 cup. Well, they can actually measure out and get a visual of what 2/3 look like. What is the whole? What is 1/3? What is 2/3? So that's so important to really, for students to understand fractions, and that is a great way to be in the kitchen. Let them do the measuring. And for our younger students, what would it look like 2 eggs? Well, what if we wanted to make 2 cakes? How many eggs would that be? 3 cakes. So that idea of those patterns with numbers and doing that. The students that are working on fractions, a great way to get them to think about fractions is if this calls for 1 1/4 teaspoons, and if we doubled it, how many teaspoons is that? Or if we only wanted to do a half of this cake mix, right, or this cake of the recipe, what would be a half of 3/4, and have them work that out. A great way to think about what does that look like? Where is the math? And we call it we got to mathematize our world. Where do we see the math every day in our homes?
That's a great way to practice real world reading and real world math than practicing with a recipe. And the best part is, after you're finished, you get a cake.
That is the best part. When you make that fluted cake, make sure to include me.
I will make sure you're called. Thank you.